Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at newly released Pokemon Tandemaus, or in this case Mousehold, the evolution of it in the Go Battle League. Mousehold, very similar moveset compared to something like Greedent, just Swift over Body Slam, which is quite a little bit annoying, but also we have Play Rough over the Trailblaze, which can be better, can be worse, depends on the situation, but it's going to be different. And so today it's going to be one of those episodes again where it's more like I built a Pokemon so you don't have to episode. So if you enjoy this type of videos, feel free to leave a like. Went outside in pouring rain there, so that was not really enjoyable either, but definitely worth it for Mousehold, maybe, who knows, we will find out today. Anyway, first battle here, we're going to see the Thunderbolt going to get the shield against the opponent's Pelipari, swap onto our Mousehold, and people are just not aware. We're going to see a Sableye swapping in against us, and we have that Play Rough coverage that is going to be super effective, and we are going to be able to knock out the first Pokemon here already with our Mousehold, as Swift is going to take up the rest of that Sableye. We are running Play Rough over Crunch just because I wanted to have a little bit of a difference compared to what the Greedent could do, but also because I want to use it as a safe swap so I can set up the Greedent in the back and use that basically to bait out Fire type Pokemon and hit them with a Play Rough that they might not expect. Issue is, for this Pokemon, Play Rough is not the strongest charge move in the game, and also it's not Stab, and so a lot of times, as I saw as well against that Sableye, it just does not do the damage that you kind of would like to see. Otherwise, Greedent was very good in this cup. Definitely Greedent is recommended for sure. Very cool Pokemon. As you're going to see as well with Trailblaze, we are going to be able to boost ourselves up. Also, the combination of Greedent plus Deoxys looks like a lot of fun to play, so that might be even something I'm going to explore a little bit more in the future with some other Pokemon other than Mousehold, of course, because I don't have to tell you, Mousehold is a Pokemon that you don't need to have, or like that is mainly a dex filler, but it's still kind of fun to play around with it, right? Anyway, next opponent, we're going to see a Goodra in the lead. We're going to be able to go for most likely just a Psycho Boost and Dip strategy here. If the Psycho Boost is going to land, we are going to be able to go for a Swift to knock them out. Or is it even enough? I don't even know if it's enough. Most likely it's not even enough to go for a Swift and knock them out. But Play Rough definitely would knock them out, but we're gonna get out the Registeel. And this is the reason why we are running Thunderbolt onto our Deoxys defense, because that's going to be a great matchup for us. Here I was a little bit too late on going for another Swift, which happened to me twice, I think. I don't know if everything is going to be in here. This team kind of took quite a long time to actually do those battles because you have a lot of spamminess with all the Pokemon on it. So most battles were around 4 minutes, and even some that were getting close to the timeout. So yeah, that's why you're not gonna see all of them, because then we had like 25 minutes of Mousehold gameplay, which I don't think anybody really needs to see, because yeah, spoiler alert, it didn't go as well as you might want to have it for a Pokemon like that. Anyway, we're going to be able to go for the full farmer here against the Goodra. This is going to be all looking quite decent for us, but they're going to have the Empoleon in the back, and at this point I think we're at like -3 attack. So they're gonna let the move go through, of course, but it barely does any damage. And we can swap onto the Greedent and go straight for that Body Slam. I kinda want to get the shields from the opponent. It's my only real way of winning this battle, I feel like. And so I'm deciding to use a shield here, which is a little bit of a risky one, because I still, I think, have the Registeel there lurking in the back. And of course, Registeel has access to that Focus Blast, but they're actually going to be perfectly able to catch a Body Slam on that Registeel, which had, I think, some energy, so I wouldn't have been able to go for a lot of farm either against it. But yeah, Body Slam coming in here again, we have to kind of hope that we could maybe swap out or whatever, but we cannot, and so the opponent is going to be able to reach a double Hydro Cannon back to back. Well played by them, as it's going to knock us out. Good game there. Let's move on into the next opponent. Next one, we're going to see here the Quagsire in the lead. That is going to be something that, I don't know, is not going to be as ideal for our team, because like everything is kind of neutral. I guess it's kind of good for the Greedent if we're going to encounter it later on, because Trailblaze is double super effective, but I guess it's kind of neutral against everything. And so we're going to go for the classic play with Deoxys, Psycho Boost and Dip, as this is going to put them into range where Swift hopefully going to knock them out, but they swap out into a Mandibuzz. And again, they did not expect that we would have Play Rough on this Pokemon, but also again, look at the damage output. It just literally barely misses out on the 2-hit KO with that, which is going to be quite difficult for us, because now look at the Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse does exactly the same amount of damage here, basically, that we did with a super effective move, which just seems to be quite silly. And yeah, while Mousehold is currently not so good, it actually can be quite decent in the future. Why? Because it has a signature move called Population Bomb. And depending on how Niantic is going to implement it, it might actually make this Pokemon quite good. Because if it's going to be something like a fast move that is like very fast in generating energy or something like this Pokemon all of a sudden would be very good as well, even though Maushold is already great. But like if it's going to be basically something like what a Water Shuriken is for Greninja, like one of the best fast moves in the game as well, it would be kind of cool for Mousehold as well. Or if it's going to be a better charge move, it might replace Swift, which is not a great move in general. And I feel like this would be a cool thing to be having, like Mousehold basically in the future with Population Bomb might actually have a lot of play in the Go Battle League. So maybe still keep a good one, but in general, you can't actually get a good one right now. Why? Because they're only available in quests, and that's also why the IVs are like this on the right side. They're only available in quests. There are a lot of quests of them around. Like, it's not difficult to find this Pokemon at all. Like, I found like 3 in 5 minutes or something, then I just went back home because it was raining again. But yeah, it's definitely easy to get, but you don't really get good IVs unless you trade with someone else. Anyway, next opponent we're going to encounter here, the Dragonite in the lead. What we kind of want to do is, again, the thing that we always do with the Deoxys defense. We're just going to go for a Psycho Boost and dip out of this matchup. It is just such a simple strategy to get a guaranteed shield advantage. It's quite mad. We are going to be able to go for a Swift here. This was like one of the earlier battles, and I see here right now that Swift is not going to be able to two-shot them, and it's not even close. So I'm forced to go for 3 Swifts in order to knock out the Quagsire, which is quite annoying because, I don't know, like it takes already a while to get to the Swift. Like, it's a 40 energy move as far as I know, 55 damage with it. And then you don't even do really a lot of damage with it. It's kind of mad, I don't know. I feel like it is not a good move to have on this Pokemon. I think it could learn Body Slam in the future as well, which would make this Pokemon way more interesting. But again, it would be also just kind of similar to Greedent again, where people would mostly prefer still Greedent, even if it would have a Body Slam. But maybe Body Slam gets nerfed in the future would be something interesting to be seen as well. Because yeah, I don't know, I feel like next season, I really hope that Niantic takes a risk in terms of what kind of move updates they do. Like, even if they screw something up and something is like super overpowered or something is like super nerfed or whatever, it is better than keeping the same meta that we have now for, like 3 seasons straight away. I really hope that they're going to take some risk. But anyway, you're going to see Trailblaze coming through against the opponent's Empoleon. This is going to be able to hopefully put them to range, where you can even go for another Trailblaze and then go hopefully for the full farm down and get a Body Slam off against that Dragonite. That was my strategy here, and it looks like it kind of should work out. As we are going to be able to reach that Body Slam, they're going to CMP tie on me. I did not expect this. I did not see this coming. Otherwise, I could have even tried to catch the move onto my Deoxys. But like this, we're going to barely lose. And that's something that happened to me with this team quite often, by the way, today. I had so many losses where it's like literally came down to 1 fast move, to 1 HP, stuff like this. Like, I was just kind of unlucky, I have to say, with it, which is totally okay. That happens quite often as well. I guess kind of you might get more unlucky if you run something like the Maushold here. But here, we're going to see the opponent going for a Sludge Wave. I should have used the shield here, to be fair. That was kind of a misplay by me. I should need to keep my Deoxys healthy here, because we know, of course, already about the Alabama Snow. And so, like, that was kind of a silly play by me. Here, I could use a shield. I decided to use a shield on a Sludge Wave again. I think this should be a range for Swift, hopefully. Let's find out here. Swift is going to be able to hit the opponent. It's going to be a stab move as well, and it is going to be enough to knock them out. But they can go down to Clodsire, which is actually quite fair for us. Like, our team kind of is okay against Clodsire. We always have super effective coverage on everything. Like, here, basically, we have super effective fast moves. Same goes for Greedent. And for the Deoxys, we're going to have the Psycho Boost still floating around. But we're going to get them actually quite low already. They get a ton of energy, which is a little bit annoying. But we are going to be able to use hopefully a shield soon against like the opponent's Earthquake with our Greedent. I guess that would be kind of a way to go. But actually, I decided to go into my Deoxys, go for a Psycho Boost, force the final shield, swap back out again into my Greedent and get a ton of energy. As now I can use a shield, and against the Alabama Snow, I should be able to just go for the Body Slam spam. But for whatever reason, I actually thought here right now there's still a shield left, which obviously is not the case. And so I was like, yeah, I'm in a great spot here. No, I'm not in a great spot because I don't have the shield left anymore. And so they are deciding to go for a move here. Energy Ball would be the wise play by them, but they actually decided to go for the Icy Wind, which is also actually, maybe it's actually even smarter for them. I think the Energy Ball just would have knocked me out straight away though, so I think that would have been mostly the better play in general. But now I'm forced to try to catch a move here. I go for 7 fast moves. The opponent didn't go for the charge move. Well played by them. Like, literally, just well played by them. I feel like this would have been a game that could have been winnable, but yeah, it is what it is. Well played. Good game there. let's move on to the next opponent. Magnezone in the lead. That is going to be quite a decent lead matchup for us. As I swap out into a Gligar, I can go for the Psycho Boost and Dip strategy again. I can go into the Greedent, which is going to have more pressure with Body Slam compared to Swift on the Mousehold. And both of our Pokemon in the back is going to have also like double super effective fast move against that Magnezone that we already saw. I am expecting something like a Mantine maybe in the back, like as a last final Pokemon there, but I'm not too sure about it. We can try to go ahead and go for some shields here actually against a potential dig. It's going to be the Aerial Ace though, and we can go for the Body Slam spam. Try to align ourselves, I guess, which we are going to be able to do here. Yeah, we are going to be able to do here. And in comes again that Magnezone. I might even want to swap out if I get like a Body Slam still stored here, but we have to see how this is gonna go. We're actually gonna be able to get the opponent to throw a Charge Move, which is kind of cool. And so they're quite low. We have a shield disadvantage though, and they're going to have a Goodra in the back, where I'm going to be able to go for the Psycho Boost. This is going to be able to get the shield very likely, and so we can swap out of here. Now I was expecting that they don't know my moveset, and so I don't think that they think that I have Play Rough on this Pokemon, because Play Rough is not even recommended on Mousehold. And so we decided to go for that Play Rough, try to knock them out. Does it land here? Let's find out. It does not. And I was very confused about this. Like, what? Like, did the opponent actually predict like Play Rough on this thing? I don't know. Like, felt like a little bit of a weird one, but crazy though. Like, crazy. I did not expect that they would use a shield on this Pokemon, but yeah, I was expecting them to swap out, which never really happened, and then they swap out completely on a random timing into that Magnezone to catch a Psycho Boost, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why is the opponent's player like predicting literally everything here? But at the end of the day, it did not matter, and so we're going to be able to knock them out and move on to the next opponent. Molga in the lead. I actually saw some people really saying that Molga is great in the current cup, which I can definitely see as well. Molga is a cool Pokemon. I just wish it would get like a Volt Switch or something. I think this would be better for this Pokemon. I think actually in the main CS games, I think it's like the Pokemon from a gym leader in the Generation 5 that actually gives you the TM for Volt Switch. So that's kind of hilarious that it doesn't have Volt Switch in Pokemon Go. But yeah, anyway, we're going to see here the Quagsire coming in. We can go for a Play Rough this time around because we know that a Swift alone is not going to be enough. And this looks kind of like a range where Swift might be enough to knock them out now. So let's see if this is going to be enough here. It is not going to be enough, and they can knock me still out. So yeah, again, Mousehold is not really doing anything here. It's still kind of fun. I kind of want to always build every single new Pokemon that is coming out just because, I don't know, I kind of want to have like any kind of Pokemon available for me for PvP, just for videos, just because it's fun. I enjoy like taking a look at new Pokemon. Like, well, yes, Mousehold is not a great Pokemon to use. I still enjoy playing with it just because it is new, it is fresh, it is kind of fun to play. And of course, in like the current state of Go Battle League where everything is kind of the same the entire way through, it is just fun to bring some kind of fresh wind into that, I feel like. So anyway, here we're gonna see the Swampert coming in. We're gonna be able to go for a Trailblaze against the opponent, and hopefully with that also going to be able to get the final shield there. Maybe could have actually went for the Body Slam as well, but I guess so, yeah, maybe Body Slam would have been a better play to go for. Here, because we are not going to be able to reach another Body Slam, the opponent can knock me out. And now it's down to if the opponent dies to 7 counters plus 1 Psycho Boost. Let's find out. We're going for 7 counters, because after 8 they would be able to go for the Earthquake and knock me out. And they survive with exactly 1 HP. Like literally you don't even see the HP bar. And we're going to lose because of this. Isn't that lovely? It is. Final opponent for today. We're going to have the Gligar against an Elite, where we're going to be able to go for that big Psycho Boost against it, trying to get a knockout against the opponent with some more Swift damage coming up next, because we swap out into the Mousehold. Mousehold could use a shield on a potential dig. That would maybe be smart, but we're not going to do that because we are not smart. And I make a mistake by going for the Swift. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because as you're gonna see here, it is a Poliwrath that is the normal variant, not the Shadow variant. Against the Shadow variant, I think a Poliwrath might actually be able to knock them out. Against the normal variant, it doesn't. And so, while we didn't go for the charge move there, it does not really matter, because we are gonna go for a Psycho Boost now anyway. Unless maybe I could have countered them down. Never mind, I think I could have countered them down if I actually got the Poliwrath off. So that was definitely a mistake by me. Maybe we can still come back from this one. Don't know, but yeah, never mind. I completely forgot that we could have countered them down there instead. And so here the opponent's Gligar gonna survive. I'm gonna have to use a shield. It's going to be the dig, so great for me that I shield up some heavy damage there, as we are going to be able to go ahead and go for another Body Slam, getting the shield, so they might be weak to Greedent in the back. And so I kind of want to keep my Greedent around. Let's see what's going to be. Dig is coming in here. We are going to see that the opponent tries to catch the move onto a Ninetales. That is not weak to Greedent. That is just neutral to Greedent. It's not like a good matchup, it's not a bad matchup. But it's also Powder Snow, which might be a little bit worse for us, because now it's a little bit worse to predict when they're gonna go for their own charge move. We are going to be able to go for another Body Slam here, force the final shield from the opponent. I know that we are close to a Psycho Boost, but we are not there yet, and so sadly that is going to be game. I don't think there's a way of me winning this battle, because I should be able to reach another charge move here, even if it's a Weather Ball. It is just getting me too close there to the knockout range, and so yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video about Mousehold, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.